Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 53 units of real estate and help coach people to buy their first multifamily deal. So today I want to talk about active income and passive income. So it's kind of funny. This is my journey. In the beginning, I was a pharmacist. I just had active income. And then I learned about the FIRE movement. I learned about passive income from Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I was so enamored by the thought of passive income. That's why I pursued real estate. That's why I started investing in index funds to build that passive income. Right? So I can live out the 4% rule on my real estate portfolio. I get monthly income from my rental properties without much effort at this point. I'm spending about maybe 2 to 4 hours a month managing my 53 unit portfolio, which contains single family homes that I self-manage, single family homes out of state with property management, and 2 apartments out of state with property management. So it's pretty passive at this point if I need to take care of something. So I basically built up about $8,000 to $10,000 a month in passive income through real estate, right? Which is probably as much as I make as a pharmacist. I mean, I make a little bit more because I'm a pharmacy manager. But as a normal pharmacist, $8,000 to $10,000 a month is typically enough to replace your W-2 income. So now that I built passive income, I'm actually like pivoting back to, you know what? I want to like make more active income because with passive income, like with real estate specifically, like it's not always guaranteed. Like for me to make real estate income more guaranteed, I have to sell probably 2 of my properties, use one to pay off my primary. So now I have no more mortgage. That would save me $5,000. And I'd use my other one, sell that, pay off my other property, and I wipe off $5,000 a month in debt in that property. So that would increase my cash flow, my cash position by $10,000 a month. So now I'm cash flowing between instead of $8,000 to $10,000, it's $18,000 to $20,000 a month. Because I lowered my expense by $5,000 between wiping out this debt, and then I increased my cash flow on my other property by wiping out that debt too, right? So not only am I lowering my expenses by $5,000, I'm increasing my cash flow by $5,000 by wiping off that debt. So now with my real estate portfolio, I can comfortably have the effective buying power of $18,000 to $20,000 a month, right? So how that looks like is about actually realistically $13,000 to $15,000 a month with only $2,000 a month for property tax, insurance, HOA, utilities to live in California, in LA, right? That's a really good deal to live in LA. Like $2,000 a month, that's less than rent in LA. So basically I could still be have, assuming I get, let's say $13,000, I have $11,000 for my living expense, which is probably enough, right? Assuming I get that rental income. But now that I realize that I'm not the type to sit still and do nothing, right? So knowing that, that's why I'm doing YouTube. That's why I'm doing coaching. My personal brand's growing. I'm starting to get sponsorships, starting to get a little income, start a school community, do a little coaching here and there. It's not that much money. It's pennies compared to my W-2 and my real estate income. But it can eventually translate to something if let's just say Christine and I wanted to become real estate agents, real estate brokers, and we create our own brokerage where we can help you buy investment properties or your primary residence, right? And we can build a business, a team, right? Where I can coach a team. Right now I have 200 staff underneath me in my department. So I'm sure I can manage a team of let's call it 5 to 10 at most of real estate agents underneath me. And that seems pretty easy, easy to handle. So maybe that's where I go down. Maybe I'm going down the route of becoming a realtor, a broker, and then, making money by selling real estate. So it's tangential to real estate. Maybe I'm start fixing and flipping real estate, right? Or maybe I start wholesaling real estate, just some other active source of income that I'm doing on top of my passive income. Because I wanted to make more active income so that it gives me more firepower to buy more real estate, right? Where I can make more aggressive cash offers. I can buy things all cash. I don't have to load money down, right? And I can maybe if my real estate has enough passive income to cover my lifestyle, whatever money I make through active income, I just can spend and enjoy my life, right? I can go travel to the Polynesian islands, to Fiji, wherever I want to go. And I can travel more luxuriously. Maybe I can go first class. Maybe I could stay at a nicer hotel, right? So it's really optional at that point. Or I can allocate that money to buy my real estate if I want to, right? So it depends how you want to play the game. Or if you make that much money, you can do both, right? I could elevate my lifestyle. I think it's hard enough to spend $500,000 a year. What's that? That's almost $40,000. I don't even know. Yeah, it's about $40,000 a month. Spending $40,000 a month with a paid off house, That's $2,000. I mean, geez, I don't even know how I would spend, let's say $38,000 a month, right? Like you have to really go out of your way to spend. So $38,000 a month, divide that by 30, that's like $1,000 a day. You're basically spending $1,000 a day to live your life, right? Like that's insane. So like, you know, like if I made it, that's great. So like, and I think it is doable for me because like I think selling real estate, it's not that difficult, but it's just getting a serious base. And if you work with investors or repeat customers, that's where you can be pretty lucrative, right? Or just buying a forever home, it's really easy. So like Christine could be over the like, you know, buying their first home, and I could be over like the investors because I'm more investor oriented and I think more like an investor myself. So that's really what we're thinking is like, how can I build some active income, right? Like, and it doesn't have to be much. Like if I can build like $80,000 to $100,000 of like active income, not as a pharmacist, doing something I like and gives me more time flexibility, I'd be happy with that, right? So that could be a remote job. That could be a hybrid job where I go in like 2 days a week, or I'm completely remote, or I could just be like, I don't know, if my school community does well enough and you make $5,000 a month and that's $60,000 a year, that's enough, right? That's just a supplement on top of everything else I have. And I can really live the lifestyle that I want to live. So that's why I've been focusing on building other active streams of income outside of pharmacy. So it's kind of funny. As you can see, I went from active income to wanting to build passive income to now wanting to increase my active income again. And then once I have more active income, then I can then increase my passive income further. So that's why a lot of real estate investors, they flip on the side, they wholesale on the side. They're a real estate agent on the side, or they own a business on the side because they want to use that money to go buy more real estate, right? I already know my real estate very well, and I have teams and systems in place. It's just a matter of getting more money to go buy that real estate. And, you know, I don't want to partner. So either A, I get $0 down, or I need to make more money. So why not do both? Because I know that even if I get $0 down, I have to renovate these units typically. So you have to have money in order to fund the renovations still. So that's really what I've been thinking, right? You can get private money lenders to lend you that money, and you just pay them an interest rate, make them happy. But yeah, now I'm like paying back to active income. So that's why I get why a lot of these big people like, you know, Pace Morbley, Thatch and Win, like they own $100 million worth of real estate, but they still have an active job, right? Their active job is like coaching. They're realtors. They own a brokerage, you know, they do mentorship, right? So they're making like probably more from the active business and then dumping the active money. Like Thatch uses it to build apartment complexes. Pace uses it to like buy other businesses, right? So like they're just like scaling and scaling and scaling and scaling. For me, like obviously I don't care to be like worth 100 million or a billionaire. Like for me, if I can get to like 20, 30 million, that's probably good enough. And then like own a portfolio that's free and clear, that's like low stress. So I'm more optimized towards like low stress and lifestyle. And for me, it's eventually by taking debt off the table. So knowing that, like I'm going to have to pay a lot of depreciation recapture, I'm going to pay a lot of capital gains tax, but that's the price to freedom, right? Capital gains tax and taxes are the price to freedom in a weird way, because that means you made money. So you have to pay money, pay taxes. Once you made money, you pay taxes. And now you own these properties free and clear. And now no one can mess with you because you own it free and clear. You're done, right? So, you know, you just have to find other ways to make money to then pay that piper. So anyways, just want to do a quick video on like how I'm pivoting back towards like active income and why I'm trying to build that as I plan for retirement in the next like 5 years. For my W-2, like I can't imagine myself doing this for the next 5 years, like becoming a pharmacist for the next 5 years, unless I'm like remote or hybrid. Because I want to spend time with my kids, my family, my future kids, my future family, because that's always been a priority. And you know, time flies. Like I've been investing in real estate for 8 years, so my kid is like some like fourth grader right now, right? If it was real estate, I'd have a fourth grader. That's kind of creepy to think about. But anyways, let me know what questions you have. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to join my school community, there's a free trial. You can click my link tree. From there, you can get my coaching. You want courses. I have a newsletter. You want to send me an email. It's all my link tree. Just click my link tree. You see all my links. You can get a landlord insurance quote through Steadily as well. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe. And I hope to see you next one. Thank you so much.